we just really want to say thank you so much for being here. Well, good afternoon. My name is Eileen Houston Stewart. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Chief Communications and Community Engagement Officer for Kansas City Public Schools, and we're so glad that you found a few minutes of your busy day to be here with us today to honor our superintendent, Dr. Stephen Green. So thank you for coming. By now, it was a week ago today at the Lake of the Ozarks that Dr. Green was named the 2015 Pearce Award winner. And the award is given every year by the Missouri Association of School Administrators. Total of eight people, all superintendents in the state, were nominated this year for the award. And Dr. Green was selected by his peers as the winner of this year's award. The award also comes with recognition, and it comes with a $500 award to the recipient and a $500 award for a student in the district. So the administration is in the process right now of coming up with a plan to award that scholarship to a graduating senior for this year. And so we talked to Dr. Green about the criteria and what that looks like, and what he has said that he would like it to be based on the 5 C's, which are a part of the 2015-14-15 Superintendent SMART Goals. And so the 5 C's, for those of you who might not know, include critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creativity, and caring. And that's what the award will be based on. So we will be presenting that before the end of this school year. And so before we continue with our program, I'd like to just do a few thank yous. I'd like to thank John Williams and Jean Millentree, the staff, and as well as the staff here at Central Middle, who helped us pull all of this together. So thank you very much for that. And I think Chef is in the back, and our food services department for the food that you're going to take after we finish the program. I've already said thank you, but one more time to the Paseo Jazz Band and the Paseo staff for doing just a really quick story. Roger Kelly, who is the director of our Fine Arts Department, shared with me just a real quick story. The snare drum was broken. Something happened. I don't know all the details, but this is funny. He took it to one of the people that we normally work with, who is a local business, and said, listen, we've got a performance, and this snare drum's broken. I'm either going to need to borrow one, or I'm going to need you to fix it, because we're having this big thing for Dr. Green. And the owner said, oh, he won this big award, so if it's for that, fix it in 30 minutes. So, thank you, Roger, for taking care of the band as well. And thanks to the business that helped us out. We have our KCPS-TV students here and crew, Justin Robinson, the coordinator of the program, so they're here capturing the event. For those who weren't able to be here, it'll be posted on YouTube and our KCPS-TV Channel 18 channel, as well as Vimeo, so people will be able to see the event as we capture what happens here today. And then I'd like to thank my staff who worked together to pull everything together for today. Thank them very much. At this time, I'd like to introduce the chair of the Board of Directors for Kansas City Public Schools, Mr. John Heil, who will come with a few remarks. Welcome him.
Well, I hope Eileen and I have the same understanding of what a few comments actually is, because I might have a little more than that. Before I begin, I certainly want to recognize my colleagues who are here with me, who serve on the board with me. Mr. Gunnar Hand, to wave, Mr. Hand. And Mr. Evans up here, who I always like to point out has served his district in almost every capacity that there is. Thank you both for joining us today as we celebrate this. You know, I'm honored to be here and provide some comments. And as I begin to think today on what I'd like to say, my mind, as it so often does this time of year, drifted into the world of sports. You know, I'm a sports fanatic. It doesn't really matter what the sport is, what level, what team. I will watch and I will play just about anything. And as much as I respect the talent of LeBron, the certainty of Kentucky, or the unabashed excellence of the Yankees, the one aspect of our sports world that I value above all else is that of a great underdog story. Some of the most famous moments in sports occurred when an underdog exceeded the odds and achieved the most unlikely victory, often in the face of tremendous odds. The Miracle on Ice, the Immaculate Reception, Texas Western, Buster Douglas, Jim Valvano, Jesse Owens, Kirk Gibson. Our sports history is littered with great examples of long shots, of no shots, of people who have been subjugated, written off, or even forgotten altogether, stepping up and shocking the world and reminding us that any dream is achievable. When an underdog breaks through, there are usually some common themes. Hard work, attention to detail, a team-oriented approach, a sense of cohesion and togetherness when facing the task, and perhaps above all else, a leader that can mold the hard work of everyone toward a singular purpose. I would submit to you today that there has rarely been an organization that was a bigger underdog than the Kansas City Public Schools was in the fall of 2011. The district's performance had declined on the most recent state assessments. A popular superintendent left town abruptly and left a great deal of collateral damage. The State Board of Education identified the district as unaccredited, and to most observers, it seemed as if the days of the long-suffering district were numbered. As most of our community was engaged in a discussion about what was next, or more often, who to blame, the KCPS Board of Directors and their new interim superintendent, Dr. Steve Green, quietly began to go to work. Gone were the days of grandiose promises, of expensive programs, and flashy ideas. Instead, Dr. Green brought to our district a sense of calm, a sense of purpose, and yes, a laser-like focus to the organization. Small gains in year one were followed by dramatic gains in year 2 and year 3. The district's bond rating improved. Strategic investments were made to open 2 middle schools, 2 early learning centers, and a neighborhood school. 3 consecutive years of balanced budgets were combined with 3 consecutive years of clean audits. Because of the work led by Dr. Green, the KCPS has engaged in a dramatic turnaround and is now poised to become a model for urban districts across the country. Just last month, our superintendent showed off incredible dance moves, to be honest. I believe there's video of that. It might be on my Facebook. A KCPS board member was invited to the White House to meet with the president and his educational staff about what's happening in Kansas City. The state board publicly commended the progress the district has made, and Dr. Green was recognized with the Pearce Award, again, which is an award given annually to Missouri's top superintendent. Steve, I couldn't be more proud to work with you as a member of the board, as a member of this community, and as a parent. You embody all the things that make our city great: passion and compassion, dedication, hard work, and a burning desire to serve. As we continue our climb as a district, I think it is also appropriate for us to think ambitiously about what our broader community must do to continue supporting our schools. Dr. Green and his team have proven to be up to the task, but it's not enough. Just as Dr. Green will readily point out that he is yet to be satisfied with where KCPS is, we as a broader community must not be satisfied with where our community is. It is election season, as I'm sure you know, and we've all heard about the ideas and the promises that are floating around about how we improve our neighborhoods where our children live and the opportunities available to them and their families. This should serve as a reminder to the broader community that there is still much work today. And I hope you will continue to stand with Dr. Steve Green, with the Kansas City Public Schools Board of Directors, and our students to continue to support our schools as we complete this climb together. Thank you for being here today as we honor a man who has done so much to bring hope to our schoolhouses. I would now like to introduce a man who almost needs no introduction, but is a pillar of our community, Reverend Eric Williams.
I didn't know who he was talking about. I said, who's coming? Who's coming? and since he's already preached, I don't have to. And just, you're glad about that, right? Amen. I am, this is a no-brainer. When I was driving over here, I was thinking about, because in our little faith community, we're studying Joshua, the book of Joshua, and his life and all that he did to help Israel. And you know, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came
tumbling down.
Yeah. But Joshua was also one of the greatest biblical leaders that you could ever imagine. Strength, courage, honor, but he even had the ability to understand when he had made a mistake, and he would account for those mistakes. Leadership is what this has really been about. It's been about leadership, and to be a leader, you got to have folks that do what? Follow. And so it is just not about Dr. Green.
Right.
It is about all of you who have followed. And I think you have followed because of those that I think are dear, and those are our children. See, I'm the one that ends up doing the eulogy of our kids when things go desperately wrong. Mm-hmm. Or I'm the one who in the middle of the night they call and somebody's crying, or somebody's hurt, or somebody's feeling hopeless. I'm one of the ones they call when those stinky things go down. And hope is big in our world. I can also hopefully get by with this because of the week that we're in. This is what we call Holy Week. And there's always this thing about Friday. Friday spelled gloom. Friday spelled gloom. It spelled the worst of all. Friday was hellish. And Friday, nobody wants Friday. But 3 days later,
Got up.
in my little faith community, and I don't want to offend anyone with it, 3 days later, a resurrection happened. And I saw on a little video after the dance, I saw hashtag rise to the top, something like that. Do I have it wrong? On the rise. What is on the rise but resurrection? What is on the rise but giving new life to a situation that seemed hopeless? I hate to say it in Central, but I'm a Paseo graduate. But it is ours. This is our district, and those kids that call, they're our kids. Those kids that are getting shot, those are our kids. And I think we'd be less than humane. I think we'd be less than cool if we just keep letting the worst of things happen to our kids. And that's why I love this dude so much. This dude right here, Dr. Stephen Green. And so 3 years, 3 days, might be something to that. Now, after resurrection, Jesus went on the cloud. He went, don't you go nowhere. We're tired of guys going somewhere. We want you here. Can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? Can I get a whoop whoop? We are so proud of you, and we're proud of what you've been able to accomplish in just 3 short years. Thank you for being our superintendent, and God bless you.
Thank you.
In the words of Dr. Green, ooh-wee! 2 great speakers. Thank you, Mr. Howe, for your comments and what you had to say, and thank you, Reverend Williams, for being here. We have so many partners who have come to help us in the district, and we can't even begin to list all of them, but Reverend Williams has been a great partner to this district, and we appreciate all that you do and continue to do for our children. We really appreciate it. At this time, we have a special gift for Dr. Green, and if he would come forward. And we also have the plaque that he received when he was in the Lake of the Ozarks, so we'll have that. If the cabinet members would come forward, I'd really appreciate that. All the people who are on the cabinet, if you would come forward for the presentation of Dr. Green's gift. Come on, guys.
They're never shy any other time.
Pam wrapped this for you, so Pam, thank you so much. And on behalf of the cabinet members for Kansas City Public Schools, we present you with this gift, and we'd like for you to open it so everybody can see what it is.
Okay.
And then we'll give you an opportunity to make a few remarks, and I think you'll probably have to explain why we've given you this particular gift. So.
Okay. This is it. On the side.
Oh, sure.
For those who may not know, this is symbolic of a message that I have given wherever I've gone about our effort to move this district forward. And in fact, when I presented to the state board just earlier this month, I actually had a stethoscope, and I know that my cabinet wished I'd also had the accompanying coat to wear, because I emphasized to the state board that we have a pulse on the academic heartbeat of every child, and that is how we care about every child. We know where they are, we know what they need, and like a doctor administers to a patient, we are in touch with our children, and that is the reason why we have achieved what we've achieved, and we will continue to achieve what we've achieved. So that was really the context of this wonderful. Thank you, thank you. So I would wear it with pride. When we go to Jefferson City, after having achieved full accreditation, I will be wearing this coat. As we make our appeal for them to change our classification to fully accredited, that's what I'm going to say. But at this time, I just want to say that I'm obviously overwhelmed. Very seldom am I speechless, but I just want to say thank you. I am humbled, but as you well know, I'm about team, and none of this happens without the great commitment of our teachers, the great commitment of our administrators, and the great commitment of this team behind me. So when Mr. Evans was there when I received this award, and he would tell you what I said was, I'm accepting this award on behalf of the Kansas City Public Schools. It is that entity, that organization that has achieved this award, and I'm just here to accept it on their behalf. So this is our award, and I hope we will ride this wave of confidence. I feel the optimism, I feel the hope, Reverend Williams. I feel the sense of confidence that we have, maybe a little swagger that we have right now. I feel the sense, and I want us to ride the wave of hope and confidence right into the end of this year and into next year. If this in some way helps buoy our spirit and our morale and takes us forward to the next level we're going to, so be it. So thank you so very much. I'm very appreciative, and God bless.
Again, we just want to thank you all for coming. Just a short program, and please help yourself to refreshments and have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for being here.